My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask you for pardon for my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. At the beginning of your ministry, Jesus, you met your first disciples. St. John tells of those initial encounters with you, Andrew and himself, then of how Andrew brought his brother Peter, and the group starts growing. Then we read that the following day, you, Jesus, decided to go to Galilee and found Philip. Philip was from Bethsaida, Andrew and Peter's hometown, so they probably already knew each other. And since everyone was looking for someone else, Philip went to find his friend Nathanael. Nathanael was from Cana. He's also called Bartholomew. We don't know much about him, other than he was Philip's friend, but we can see some of his personality traits in this gospel passage. Philip had met you, Jesus, and was on fire. He was convinced you were the one. He ran to his friend Nathanael and said to him, "We have found him, about whom Moses in the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus, son of Joseph, from Nazareth." You can feel Philip's enthusiasm. We found him. But then, all that enthusiasm, all that passion, all that zeal hits a sarcastic wall. Nathanael didn't share Philip's devotion for the man from Nazareth. You can imagine the tone of his voice as he retorted, "Nazareth? Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" What was going through his mind? What was Nathanael thinking about before Philip came? Well, we don't know. But this reaction of Nathanael is not new to us, is it? We have all met with cynicism at times, with those skeptics who think you are so naive, so gullible, that they can only pity you for having faith, for having hope. Nathanael looks like one of those pessimistic souls, once bitten, twice shy. Someone who has been tricked once and is not ready to be fooled again. Well, I don't really know, but it seems like Nathanael wasn't going to follow you, Jesus, just because Philip had been roped into joining your group. Maybe he had pinned all his hopes on someone before, someone he thought could be the Messiah and ended up being a flop. Or maybe he just didn't like Nazareth or their football team. We don't know. To me, he looks like a man who has lost his hope. Maybe I'm wrong, but I always imagine him downcast, hardened by life, defeated by bad experiences. Now, thank goodness, Philip didn't waste a second trying to persuade Bartholomew that you, Jesus, were the one. He had a better plan. Let him meet you himself. Nathanael had maybe lost his hope, but not his charity. He did go with Philip, perhaps out of curiosity about you, Jesus, or just because he was a good friend. And then, at last, you, Jesus, met him. How long had you been waiting for that encounter? For you, Jesus, knew him well. You couldn't be fooled by his sarcastic comments. You knew he was the man, a true Israelite, a godly man, a faithful Jew. And in him there was no deceit, no guile. A man with little hope, maybe, but an honest man. Someone who could make a great apostle. You looked at him with affection, with a smile, a man you loved so much, someone you were going to die for, and who was going to give his life for you in turn. Behold, you said to those with you, a true Israelite in whom there is no guile. Nathanael was surprised that you knew him, but he still doubts, a bit suspicious. How do you know me? He says. Before Philip called you, you replied, Jesus, when you were under the fig tree, I saw you. Now, we don't know what was going on under that fig tree. But whatever it was enough for Nathanael to recover his hopes all at once. You, Jesus, knew him well. You knew what he needed. You knew that under the skin of his sarcasm, there was an honest man who could recognize when he was wrong. For indeed, in an instant, he saw that at least one good person could come out of Nazareth. And he said, Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel. Wow. The Son of God and the King of Israel, all in one fell swoop. After just one sentence, you said to him, what would happen next? Well, that's what you, Jesus, promised him. Do you believe because I told you that I saw you under the fig tree? Oh, well, you will see greater things than these. As if saying, this is just the beginning, Nathanael. This is nothing. Stay with me, and you will see greater things than these. That was Nathanael's first day. In no time he would see your promise fulfilled. He remained with you and saw greater things. Now that I pray, I talk to you, Jesus, I hear this promise again. We have just started a new year. We had left behind a difficult one. Lockdowns. We have lost people we love. Some have lost their jobs. Some have lost their peace, their health, their financial supports. And I have seen many who have lost their hope as well. People who, like Nathanael, have suffered. And now they don't expect anything good anymore. Once beaten, twice shy. And all of them, you, Jesus, say today, stay with me, and you will see greater things than these. Trust me, bear with me, follow me, and you will see greater things. Soon after that first encounter, Nathanael saw miracles. He saw crowds coming to you, Jesus. He saw what John the Baptist longed to see, the blind receiving the sight, the lame walking, lepers being cleansed, the deaf hearing, the dead rising up, the poor listening to the good news. Follow me, and you will see greater things than these. Many years later, when St. Bartholomew was being tortured, before he died for you, Jesus, he could still hear your voice. Nathanael, stay with me, and you will see greater things than these. And he saw them. He saw thousands of marvelous things. You, Jesus, did fulfill your promise. And so you will do with everyone who has lost hope after what we have lived through. Stay with me this year, you say to us, and you will see greater things than these. Oh yes, there will be suffering. You, Jesus, didn't say to us, you would not be distressed, but you did say to us, you would not be overcome. So, for those you know, those friends of yours who are a bit down, those who have lost someone, those who have suffered most these past months. Maybe you can share this reflection today. Follow Jesus this year, and you will see greater things. Just like you, Mary, my Mother Immaculate, suffered bearing your baby in stable. You didn't lose hope. You are the mother of hope. You will keep your children close to Jesus, and so we will see greater things than these. I give you thanks, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations that you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask you for help to put them into effect. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.